I'm Jen Schrader, and this is Behind the Springs, conversations with the people working for you in Colorado Springs, Olympic City, USA. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Behind the Springs. I'm excited to celebrate National Police Week with a couple of special guests. I have Deputy Chief Mary Rosenoff, and I have Officer Daniel Short. Thank you both for being here with me.
Thank you for having us.
For this great episode. I hope a good conversation. I want to tell people a little bit about the department. Colorado Springs Police Department has 801 sworn police officers and 359 civilian employees who make up your team. That's the number as of right now. And these individuals do those jobs that probably everybody thinks about. Traffic enforcement, speeding tickets, arrests, those type of things that we hear about police doing. And then a lot of unseen, kind of unknown work out there that I'd love to talk about today with both of you. And I think May 11th through 17th is a great time to do that. National Police Week is when we recognize and remember those fallen officers who've died in the line of duty. But in addition, just show appreciation for the police officers who are doing the daily work. So I want to ask you a few questions about all that. But first, can I start with Deputy Chief? Can you tell us, and both of you, can you tell us a little bit about your background, what brought you into police work, and share your journey?
Certainly. I'm in my 31st year here.
Oh, my goodness.
The Colorado Springs Police Department. And after college, I just wanted something that would give me a lot of responsibility in a short amount of time, but I wanted something that I could serve the community. So I started, as everyone does, as a patrol officer, the Sand Creek Division. I worked there 16 years in the southeast part of Colorado Springs. When I promoted to sergeant, I moved to the Gold Hill Division. Also Stetson Hills, and then back to Sand Creek. Then I actually moved divisions. I moved from patrol to the Specialized Enforcement Division, where I was the special events sergeant. You know, we have many community events here, so I helped plan the police part of that.
And how many years did you do that?
I did that for about 2.5 years.
Okay.
And then I promoted to lieutenant, went back to patrol to the Gold Hill Division. Then I went into another division, the Professional Standards Division, where I was in charge of the Internal Affairs section, kind of the policing the police. Very important job, very busy job, make sure that we are serving our community properly. And then I promoted to commander and went to the Stetson Hills Division. And now I'm deputy chief over the Patrol Bureau.
Okay, over the patrol. So how many deputy chiefs are there in the department?
There are 3 deputy chiefs, Patrol Bureau, Management Services, Operations Section, and then also the Specialized.
Okay, all right. So 3 deputy chiefs under Chief Vasquez. Okay,
Yes.
Great. And did you always know you wanted to do police work, or what was it like? I was a little kid and I wanted to be a police officer. Or I know you mentioned your parents were in the military.
Both my parents were in the military. I have 4 older brothers, no sisters. And so if you ask them, they would say you wanted something where you could tell someone to do, because they always told me what to do. But truly, I wanted
that worked
something.
out.
Yes. But truly, I wanted to give back.
To give back.
I watched my parents do that. I watched my brothers do that. And I wanted to follow in their footsteps.
That's a wonderful story. So how about you, Officer Short? Tell us about
try and follow that up. Yeah.
I know.
I've
Not 31 years yet.
Yeah,
but, right?
no. 6 years now with the department. But no, it's been a lot of fun. I started on patrol as well. Did that for a few years. And then the community relations position opened up. And I was a high school football coach in Texas before coming up here. So I was already working with student athletes. And I kind of what drove my passion. I was also a sports talk show host for a few years as well.
Nice.
So
I'm glad we have you
comfortable
here.
being here. But it was just a lot of fun. But I knew I wanted to do more with student athletes or students in general, and just kind of work within our community. And took a vacation here. Like I said, I was in Texas and came up here and enjoyed the weather, enjoyed the community aspect and what the city provided and the job opportunities. And so came up here and thankfully got the community relations position. I've been enjoying it ever since, making different contacts and networking with different people, and just being able to go out and all across the city and just engage with our community.
So we hooked you on Colorado Springs, at least so far.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's good. It's home now. So let's talk a little bit about the quiet work of police officers. Sometimes that involves sort of that behind the scenes work. What can you tell us a little bit about what some of that is?
Sure. You know, I always tell people that I have 3 families. The one I was born into, the one that I was called to, which is the, policing, law enforcement, and the one that I serve, which is our community. And I really think that all of the members of the Colorado Springs Police Department, the sworn and the civilian, have that natural drive to serve people. So you mentioned there are our quiet times, and some of those, an officer will go on a call for service and see that someone's mailbox is broken. They have come back, bought the materials themselves, fixed that, see that they don't have food, provide food for them, clothing, proper school supplies.
And oftentimes that's coming right out of their own wallet, right?
Yes. See someone pulled over on the side of the road and their vehicle isn't working. And I know this for a fact, and an officer, there's a very good mechanic to fix the car for him. And it's not just fixing the car. That's how that person gets to work, drives their family around. And then the civilians, when they get a call for, at their desk or out and about at the front of the police stations, if they don't know the answer, I know they always take that extra step and will find out where they need to send that person, whether it's by phone or giving them an address. So it's those quiet things that we only learn about when another community member calls in, because they don't boast about, look what I did today. It's just part of their makeup.
Right. And tell us, I know this is a basic thing for all of you, but what is the difference between sworn and civilian, and what types of jobs do your civilian employees do to support the department?
I think the main difference is certainly in law enforcement here in Colorado, you have to be a certified police officer. And I would say that the civilian people are more administrative work, but they go hand in hand. Almost everything that a sworn member does, there is an administrative part, and that is done by a civilian person.
So those people are critical to your mission.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Each day, every hour. From the time someone calls in and needs help, that's not a sworn person answering the call. Initially, that is a civilian employee.
But a first responder nonetheless,
yes.
right?
Yes, here in the city of Colorado Springs, yes, they're considered first responders.
Wonderful. And Officer Short, talk a little bit about, your work with students specifically and our school resource officer program or division. Is it division?
Unit.
Unit, I'm sorry. And that's a little bit sometimes quiet work in the sense that people don't always hear about it.
Yeah, no, our school resource officers, I'll let DC take that on that portion. But, when we're going into schools, we've been over to just our unit of community relations. We've been to 40 different schools and community centers across the city.
And different ages, right?
All different ages,
Yes.
from elementary to high school, as well as, some colleges when we're doing job fairs as well, to even homeschools we'll try to reach out to and kind of connect with them. Because whether it's we're just stopping by just to say hi or, go and stop in classroom, we just donate some teddy bears to like a preschool, to just having conversations. Our Play COS program as well. We go out to schools to play and interact, just kind of steal a little bit of gym PE time and stuff, and just kind of play dodgeball or kickball with the kids for 30 minutes or so. And then afterwards, we open it up to a Q&A session.
Yeah, because people might go, oh, that's cute, you're doing that.
Yeah.
But it's big. It's much bigger than that.
Oh, yeah.
That's sometimes their first contact with anyone from the police department.
Yes.
And if it's a positive one, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and that's the main thing is because sometimes in our uniforms we can kind of just look like robots out there when they pass by, and we want to show that we're just like them. We like different types of music, we like sports, we liked art, music, all different types of things, and we want to be able to show that, hey, this is a job, this is a career that we chose to do, but we're just like you. And then also it's a good reminder for us when we're going call to call that we can see kids as kids and remind ourselves why we do this job, and just take that 30-minute break or so out of their time and just interact and have some fun.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So we have 21 school resource officers in 5 different school districts, reaching over 25 different schools at both the high school level, the middle school level. They also go to the elementary schools. We also have a summer teen academy that has brought 108 students this summer that will be in the academy, getting law enforcement experiences. And this year, we're very excited that through Pikes Peak State College, if some of the students choose to, they can actually get college credit.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's
So
wonderful.
they're starting young.
They're starting young.
Because some of them know
Yes,
that they're
and as
interested.
Officer Short alluded to, they get to see us, certainly as police officers, but they get to see, and their families get to see more of the similarities between a police officer and just every community member. We live here. Our kids go to school here if we choose to. We worship here. We buy groceries here. So it's that connection that we can start at an early age.
In general, how do you feel, and either one of you can answer this or both, about the feedback you get from community members? Are they grateful? Are they kind? I mean, not always, obviously, depending on the situation, but do you get good feedback on those community relations efforts?
Yeah, I think one of them that stands out is when we had a backpack bash over at Hillside Community Center, and we're giving out backpacks with the staff that's there and different vendors. And there's a kid that came up to me and he was like, "Hey, I remember you. We played basketball at my school this past year." And it took me a little bit to remember him, but then I recognized him, and I think that was the moment that was just it all came together for me. I'd been in the the unit for a year or so, and it was just that connection that I had. That I spent 10, 15 minutes with that kid just to play some basketball, shoot some hoops at his school, and he remembered that interaction, and it was a positive one.
And he felt comfortable coming up to you and saying, "Hey, how you been?" Yeah.
So it was awesome. I think those moments, and I know we have a cadre for our both sworn and civilian members to come and join, and so I'll send out bi-weekly emails saying, "Hey, these are the events that we have to come out and join," and we get units to do it like a team bonding days that go out to schools or different events that we have throughout the year, and it's a good team bonding for them to go out to and just interact. So it's not just our unit, it's everyone within our department.
Right. And Deputy Chief, let me shift to talking a little bit about the memorial aspect of National Police Week. So we have a local memorial coming up, the Peace Officers Memorial, and it takes place each year in Memorial Park, a beautiful ceremony. So tell us a little bit about what that's like and why it's so significant.
It's significant because certainly, excuse me, in service to their community, they gave the ultimate sacrifice. But, they joined willingly, and it's important to remember that they chose this line of work, and they chose to work in their community. And certainly no one would have known when they took that oath that this would happen. So it is important for us to remember those that have come before us, then those that have given the ultimate sacrifice in terms of their life.
And what happens during the memorial? Are there names? What all happens for people who've never been?
Certainly, if you've never been to the memorial, and it looks different during the day than it does during the night.
Yes, I've heard that.
If you walk on the pavers, which if you choose to, you can certainly donate, and your name can be on the paver. But when you look up, you see Pikes Peak. There is a lion that was created by an artist here. And then as you go up, you actually see the mountain, Americans Mountain. And then on the wall are all the fallen from this region in remembrance. And it has their badge or patch on the wall. And of course, there's a ceremony where everyone in the region is invited. The families of the fallen are invited. And we have speakers and just a celebration of our service to the community.
And you make a good point. Of course, not everyone can attend that particular ceremony, but you can go visit anytime.
Yes.
Right? And it's meaningful for people.
Yes.
We have our firefighter memorial and our police memorial, and it's a very moving experience just to go reflect.
Yes.
And realize the service that these people have provided to us, these individuals. So that happens on May 16th here in Colorado Springs in Memorial Park. And then what other things do you all do in the Department for Police Week? Anything special, or perhaps the community reaches out and does some special things?
I know our Honor Guard has gone back to Washington, D.C. And for those that don't know, our Honor Guard was actually awarded second best in the United States.
Oh, I didn't know that. Second. Wow.
Yes. And you can still find that on YouTube and watch.
Okay.
And they do different activities all year long.
Well, I've seen them at local ceremonies, and they're amazing.
At local ceremonies. But there are different activities that people can attend. There's actually a memorial ball that we have each year. And I don't know if Community Relations does some other things as well.
Usually we'll, different organizations would reach out. This year we're going to be at the Air Force Academy. They have a parade for the people that live on base or up there. So we'll be out there doing some things, and we have some other events scheduled. Mostly it's kind of parades. They're showing off kind of like a touch of trucks to show off the vehicles and stuff that we'll partner with various different agencies locally. And it's a lot of fun just to interact with different members of the community.
Yes. Anything else? Any final words about your department or police work in general? And
I never pass up an opportunity to recruit.
Right.
This is a wonderful, growing city to live in. There's lots of things to do here, but certainly we could use more people both on the sworn and the civilian side. So please come and visit us. Come do a ride-along. We get
the ride-alongs are wonderful.
The ride-alongs are wonderful. You can take a tour and not only, talk to a police officer, but also the civilian employees. It's just a great place to work. It's a wonderful place to serve and give back to your community.
That's a good plug, and I don't blame you for doing it at all. And another great place to visit is the Colorado Springs Police Department's website. You can find that from ours, coloradosprings.gov, and get there easily. And then I would recommend following the police on social media, too. You all provide great community relations events and updates, and then also just community safety updates, some great tips and things like that. So, and recruitment information as well. So if people are interested in that. And then if I could just say, this is a great time of year to thank a police officer. If you see one out and about, just like we thank our firefighters and we thank our military members, it's a great opportunity to tell them thank you for serving our community and all that they do. So there's always a good time for that, but you might as well do it during May, right? Yeah. This is a good time. So if you like Behind the Springs and you like this episode and you like any of our episodes, please subscribe and share. And thank you so much for watching. And thank you all for your service to our community.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.